Hi guys, it's Leonard. Hi guys, and I'm on here with you again. I'm in review based on episode 2. Little Miss Vampire can't suck right. And the person, basically, to be honest with you, I have to say that the anime's kind of a little silly. It really actually is. It really actually is. One of my complaints, it's not really a big major complaint, just a little tiny little complaint, just a little complaint. And the little complaint I really have is basically, the Little Miss Vampire Girl, or whatever her name is, or I definitely think her name is Luna. I think her name is Luna. I'm not really 100% sure. But I just want to say here is that she kind of looks like a little kid, like when she's kind of like a little chibi little vampire and stuff like that. I mean, I don't mind that really too much. I really don't mind that. But that's something I really don't care for really all that much because I really wish that she wouldn't just basically like be like just a little chibi, basically kind of like a little person that she really actually is. Like she needs help, like putting the book up there and I'm trying to put the book back up to the shelf and stuff like that. I'm sorry, but I cannot help it but laugh at that right there. And it's just like where she just like, yeah, she has to get like a little help and stuff like that. I mean, she doesn't look that short to me. She really does not. She really does not. And personally, to be honest with you, I was just kind of like I'm just kind of like wondering like yeah, like she's trying to reach up there and she's trying to put the book back up to the shelf. And I mean, like I said, before, it was just like, why does she need help? Like, pick her up like a little child, like and she's like a little chibi little vampire. She really actually is. She's just really actually so adorable and stuff like that. One thing I personally want to talk about is basically the MC, basically this anime. The MC, basically this anime. I know how it feels to have social anxiety and stuff like that, and not really much of a people person when it comes to being around people and stuff like that. And people, when people are shy and stuff like that, people are not really necessarily or basically considered as people person or anything like that. They're basically are kind of like particularly our bases are kind of like they just don't like being around people really all that much. It means they have that call, which I basically will say they have social anxiety. That's basically what they definitely do have. Sometimes I have that. Sometimes I really don't. Sometimes I don't feel comfortable talking to somebody who I really don't know or anything like that. And basically stuff. I'm not shy or anything like that. I'm not. But it's just that I don't mind having a conversation with somebody. I don't mind as listen the person is not trying to be like downright rude and being disrespectful and basically so on, so on, so on. And then that's what it really kind of basically kind of really kind of it kind of not a way it kind of like make me upset, but in a way that kind of really kind of aggravates me a little bit, and it just kind of really gets to me, and it really does and stuff like that. And one thing for sure, I want to say here is that and stuff like that. When somebody asks me too many questions, I do get irritated really quick with that and stuff like that. And to take as for instance for me, when I go to the hospital, they ask me all kinds of questions. Oh my god! Like, oh my god! I hate going to the hospital. I don't hate the nurses. I don't hate the doctors. I just hate the hospital because the reason why is just that they ask me so much questions. It's just unreal. It's just really how she is. It just really gets on my nerves. It really does. It just person that it really does and stuff like that. But particularly just to be honest with you and stuff like that, I know some people that do have social anxiety, and I know some people that really don't like to be bothered, that really don't like to basically be around people because sometimes people do have a basic fear of that, and people do basically do and stuff like that because when you look at the main one, protagonist basically this anime, you can see that fear struck into him and stuff like that. It's not like a fear monger that he has and stuff like that. It's just that he has a fear basically meeting new people and stuff like that. Because he's kind of like it's kind of like a basically like a dog. Like if a dog is scared and doesn't want to come up to you, it will probably just hide around the basically the owner and just saying like, I don't want to come up to you. Please leave me alone and stuff like that. Because usually when an animal usually does that, it's basically showing it's not showing a sign of aggression or anything like that. It's just showing a sign and saying like I don't want to be bothered. Please give me some space. Please leave me alone. I don't want to be affiliated with you. That's just basically what it kind of basically feels to me, stuff like that. And I can relate to basically of that and stuff like that, and I can relate to that. And sometimes people do like feeling like talking, and sometimes people don't feel like talking. Sometimes people do feel like talking, stuff like that. But I want to personally want to say here, don't pressure into somebody to basically talk because if they don't want to live if they really person that they really don't want to talk, then you're going to make them feel uncomfortable, and then they're just going to just they're just going to avoid you, and then they're just going to say like, hey, I don't want to be around you. Please leave me alone. Please stop, and or I'm just going to call 911. Hey, this person's following me and like won't leave me alone, and he's stalking me and stuff like that, so on and stuff like that, and places and stuff. And when it comes to was animated Little Miss Vampire basically what basic Luna basically has for herself, basically for her. It personally basically feels to me that I feel like to me is that she does have that in that personal way that she does have social anxiety also as well too, just like the MC. And she's very cute. She's really adorable, and she really actually is and stuff like that. And one thing I like about her is basically that the one thing I like about her is that she's not scared to approach people like how she really feels or anything like that. She really is not, but she can be sometimes because I can see that right through her because I can see it like what it feels to me from the different perspective from her basic of that because that's just what I definitely do feel and this stuff like that. And it's just a see from her character, just the way that she really actually is. That's just who she really actually is, and that's what basically a lot of people would love her, adore her, and just for other different aspects, just basically for her character that she really actually is. Because even though I said back in my first episode review, where that she has a hard time sucking people's blood and stuff like that, because she probably doesn't know how to really basically do it right because maybe that she was not pretty much that she was not in a way that she was not raised right or something like that, or maybe that she personally does not know how to do it right, or maybe that she really doesn't. When it comes to vampires, vampires can basically they can suck your blood pretty much almost anywhere they want, like your hands, your leg, maybe your body, or whatever it is, or your neck. Because they usually they like go for the neck because that's just a sense. I guess that's a sense of pleasure that they want, or something like that, or maybe that's what they want to have or something. I really do not. I really do not know and stuff like that. There's a lot of animes, basically, and manga novels and stuff like that out there, and books based on vampires, like romantic and stuff like that, and stuff like that. And basically in all different genres and stuff like that. And I don't see there's nothing really basically really wrong with it because vampires basically in general when it comes to novels or anime or manga or movies and stuff like that, they're very, very popular. They're very, very popular, but sometimes can they be done right or cannot be done right, or they cannot be really done in a proper way that people definitely really basically definitely will want to see it. But one thing I want to personally want to say here is that back in my review, back in episode one, where people were complaining about saying like vampires should not be in the sun because usually they get evaporated in the sun because they can kill them because they were the person that they really can't. Now, to be honest with you, I don't know the whole story about the vampire lore or anything like that because you have to go back through centuries. You have to read the books basically back then and stuff like that. I had a friend of mine who asked me, it was a long time ago, and he asked me, he said, not gonna say his name, but he has a disability. He has a disability, and he asked me. He says, "James," he said, "James, do you know that vampires do exist?" I told him, I said, I looked at him, I said, I don't know. I don't know if vampires really do exist or not. I don't know. I guess they do, or maybe they don't. I really don't. I just kind of shrug. I said, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they really do exist or not. I can't really say. I ain't never met a vampire in my life. I never have, or anything like that. But I guess they probably do exist. Maybe they're probably wandering around, or maybe that we really don't even know that they are, or something like that. I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. I can't say 100% say like, yeah, they're real and stuff like that, and saying like, yeah, they're not real. So I just personally just basically in the middle and just say I don't know. So that's what I personally would definitely say. But I think this anime is definitely very interesting. It's definitely really fun to really basically watch. It's definitely really action. But I have to say the girl in the brown hair, best girl. I have to say she is best girl. She's personally one of my favorites. She's gonna be one of my favorite waifus based on this anime. So she is definitely really cute, really cute. But best girl in the series. But yeah, anyways, that's it for this anime review. Tell me what you guys think. You guys like this? You guys like this episode? You guys don't like it? What you guys almost thoughts about what I said in this video? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. But yeah, anyways, since I know I'll see you guys there. Take care. Hope you guys have a day. Don't forget to subscribe. Please consider subscribing. Please like button, give me a thumbs up or give me a thumbs down. It doesn't matter to me. And please leave a comment. Anyways, I love you guys. Take care. Hope you guys have a day. And I'll see you guys there. Take care. Bye.